Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening. We're ready for our match number 5 here for group number D. And, with how everything is stacked at the moment in terms of results,
Yeah.
honestly, we could see any of the teams here, and no one is safe at the moment. But of course, we do have Morph versus HQ at the moment. But first, my name is Play of the J. He is Yolo Lee, and we're going to be bringing you all this action.
Oh man, definitely so excited about this. All of this is really thanks to Epulze for setting up such an amazing tournament here for the Royal Sea Cup, for all of these amazing teams to get to showcase their skills, or more in this case, their Valorant play skills among all of us viewers and fans for us to see. Now we're gonna be, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna be seeing our first map here. It's gonna be on the map of Haven here, and I believe this is gonna be AHQ choice. And of course, Morph is gonna be picking the defender side, which is totally not to say unexpected either, although because Haven is more have been that kind of map which is attacker side favorite, but the ratio has always been like like a 50-50. It's not really like it's heavily favored, that kind of thing. Yeah. So for them to pick defender side, I guess it's just to show that maybe Morph Esports, they just love defending a little bit more. They're still very comfortable compared to being very aggressive or offensive in this case.
Yeah, I guess they want to see what AHQ is going to be bringing to the table in terms of the tempo when they come to the attacking side first. Now, of course, we did talk about it extensively just now on the panel about how the offensive-sided picks for both teams did lead to more attacker-sided halves when it came to the Haven side of things. So we could be seeing something similar here. But of course, HQ, they just played the previous game. They did manage to take it 2-0 versus Enter. I think it's going to really depend on how much Enter wants to try and adapt to what they were able to see just now, because it was very one-sided in that match. HQ was able to take it 13-6, so we'll have to see how that is going to be panning out.
Definitely a lot of things to see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally inside here. The 5th series of the night between Team Morph Esports against AHQ Esports Club here. So definitely on the green side, Morph is going to be on the defender side here. Their lineup is going to be Omen, Sova, Reyna, Cypher, and that Jet. Whereas AHQ is going to be the attacker side. They have Breach, Cypher, Omen, Sova, and the Jet.
Yeah, so very standard lineup coming here from AHQ. Now, we are going to just wait for one of the players here to reconnect, but it gives us a bit more time here to talk about the lineups. Now, Morph, they are, of course, going to bring the Reyna in lieu of the Breach, which has been quite the mainstay. But I think, when we look at over the course of this competition, Reyna's pick has exceeded expectations.
Yes, and the thing is just like, by far, this is actually in one of the very group stages where we see the teams actually is very confident with that fragging ability to really make Reyna fully utilized inside this game. Because I have always mentioned back in the panel, and I believe some of the viewers back can sort of agree with me, that Reyna is sort of like an agent that's pretty much very skillless if you cannot get any or many frags for yourself. Although she still has one of the best flash, which is the layer inside the entire game here among all the other agents. But other than that, if you can't get kills, if you can't get frags, then you're pretty much can't able to really support the team or fully utilize all of your kit.
Yeah, I totally agree. Of course, we did see Reyna being brought to Haven the last time Morph played, and that was against Bren. So they are definitely feeling this composition, and now they're going to be off the marks here. They're going to have a bit more balanced side, but they are still going to be poking down this A-long. They're going to be able to spot out and damage a little bit on the Morph player, but he's going to be falling all the way back here and wait for Famous to go all the way to that Heaven side.
And at the same time, more the team, especially AHQ, they don't really take it as nice and easy as well, because you must remember as well, they don't really have a lot. They have a flash here, which is going to be the Breach though, but they still want to try to get as much information as possible, because remember, Cypher is the kind of guy who's not really fast paced. He's the kind of guy you want to take this nice and slow, get as much information as possible, then you're going to be jumping right onto the side. But Mel on the end was able to tailwind right on top of point A, and the rest of the team is currently underway, going to be planting their spike once it gets down, and now it's going to be coming for the retake for the side here here of Morph Esports.
Yeah, Morph really taking their time. They want to make sure that they have this retake as a 5-on-5 situation, but we are going to see that HQ still going to be dedicating one player to watch the flank here. They're moving in here, moving around the side. He's going to be able to spot out one, but not able to take down Rainy here. But looks like there will be a couple trades here. Rainy is still delivering the goods here with the 3 frags here. Arbiter and Milk are going to be contributing, and it's been a clean sweep over there. Of course, they did lose one player, but overall, what a good defensive post plant here for the likes of AHQ. They're going to be quite thrilled with this, but they are going to be going full anti-eco here.
Oh man, Rainy was raining all over Morph Esports parade here as he was able to pick up 3 frags, triple kill, especially with the ghost, by the way, by himself, of course with a beautiful assistance with his team. But anyway, since they're going to be winning that pistol round, they're going to be having that money advantage, or in other words, the gun advantage in this round 2 here, as they slowly pick up all those anti-eco weaponry. So we're going to be seeing a couple of 2 Spectres. So one of them still saving up that weapon because I believe they want to try to pick up that operator. But ooh, Mill was able to draw a first blood here with the Frenzy.
Oh, that's a nice early pick here. Now, of course, it's going to be a little bit annoying for Morph, but now Chud here is moving in here. He's going to be able to catch Arbiter unaware. So HQ going to be biting the bullet there a little bit, but now they're going to be aware of this push coming all the way through the spawn side here. The C-long push, but now the Planet Elite is going to go down. IO here not able to stop the whole flood there. Chud, he's going to go down, but they're going to still be able to trade 2 of the players here. Now, with the weapons that they pick up, they should be able to make a significant dent into 2v2.
Now continuing back towards the 2v2 is, although the majority of the members is already on site, the punish has been planted as well, but they have the weaponry. They did quite a lot of economic damage as well. Sadly, enough, AHQ will still take the win here, coming on top. But then again, this was an eco round coming from the side here of Morph Esports. So the fact they were able to drop 3 members here and force them to rebuy is absolutely insane.
Yeah, but this is going to, of course, be quite good for Morph. They were able to take down 3 of the members of HQ. It's going to hurt them a little bit, but ultimately, HQ, they would upgrade 3 of these guns here to rifles. They will still have those Spectres carry forward, so if any damage can be dealt with those, it's going to be very well worth it here in round number 3. And we're seeing a similar poke and prod coming out from HQ. They do want to try and contest and make sure this A-long side here is not going to go off deeply. And Fat Penguin, though, he's got other ideas. Milk is going to go down, but we are still going to be seeing the Sova going to be waiting for his right opportunity to strike further.
Fat Penguin definitely got that milk for himself here. Now without the disappearance of Jet here, we're going to be looking at a 5v4. Definitely not impossible for AHQ to be pushing towards the side because they still have the smokes, they still have the flash on the breach. And now all the thing is this, they just have to slow things down without the existence of this Jet, who is normally initiating straight on towards the side with that Cloudburst and Tailwind combo.
Yeah, now they're just trying to get a little bit more information. They have a little bit more balance approach. Now, we do see Morph, of course, trying to do something similar. They are not sure where they're going to commit. They do know that they have the numerical advantage here, but Famous here. He's going to be able to catch out IO. Not a lot going on there. Now, of course, this is going to prompt them to try and focus their attention. They are going to be moving through sewer.
30 seconds left.
We will be seeing a little bit of reposition here from the Omen getting into position, but now they are fully aware of what's happening. They do have the recon dart here to be able to spot it out, but likely they're going to wait for the members. Oh, it does look like Fidel. He doesn't need to do that. He's going to get 2 kills straight away, and he's doing it here with the Spectre as well. Fat Penguin comes in. He's going to take down Cat. More. They're going to be looking pretty here with a flawless round.
Dude, absolutely flawless coming in from the side of Morph Esports. But here is the wow factor coming up from Fidel. Wow, what actually happened was he was actually on top of heaven. Despite the dark cover, he knew exactly with the positioning and also information given for his team. He was willing to jump down onto hell there and was able to not only getting 1 pickup but following up with the second one later on. So after that, pretty much literal AHQ, the rest of the members pretty much in panic because losing even more member, and with that retake and with the entire swarm of Morph Esports members, they were able to retake this very easily, making it a beautiful flawless round.
Yeah, and with that, we are going to be seeing more strike back here. So let's see how this fourth round of the game here is going to be working out. But this is going to, again, be a little bit more poking and prodding. Now, there's going to be 3 people dedicated here by HQ. They are going to still have a lot of cloud bursts that they are using to try and gain a little bit of map control. But it's going to be relinquished here by Morph. They're going to recede back all the way into the A side.
We see Mill doing what she do best with the jet, but same goes for Ayo. I think he's got enough, quite the amount of information, but he has no idea. He has this suspicion that someone's gonna be at this corner, but he turns to the wrong side, and Cullen was able to get the first pick of him with the headshot to the back. He's definitely gonna be feeling that in the morning for sure. Now it's coming down to a 5v4, but the game is still available and it's still possible for AHQ to push towards that side.
They do need to make sure that they have the numbers advantage. This is not a full buy from them by any stretch of the imagination. So now they are going to have to face 3 members already waiting for them to come here. He's going to be meeting him with the full aplomb there. Fat Penguin going to be contributing as well. But shot here with the 3rd on the round. He's going to be able to move in on side here. And Fat Penguin, he's going to clean up the rest. And Morph with 2 flawless rounds in a row. They're going to be building up this economy quite substantially. And with the sheriffs that we saw being bought here by HQ, not going to be too effective, but this is going to be a full buy from them. But this is going to be an absolutely crucial round. Now, we are likely to see the likes of Morph bust out the ultimate. Do have them, but we can already see Hunter's Fury is only 1 point away itself, so that could be influence here, and see how well Morph can manage the ult economy.
Speaking of economy as well, I just love the fact that Chart in that last round, right? Although he is a jet, but he's not going for any of those confidence pick or those early entry pickup. He's trying to maintain it as much as possible. Now here comes the same way. Vidal this time he's going to be switching position with Chart as well this time, as he's trying to hold that A long, but Rainy is going to be able to draw the first blood here, tying it down to a 5v4. Mill slowly getting that a little bit more confidence, but he has to be careful because Fat Penguin, he doesn't know he's at this corner. The minute this dark cover dissipates here, he's going to be able to have a clean Vader finds one, trying to get the second one, but Arbiter was just a little bit too fast for him to follow up. Now dark cover, a couple of free fires, so he will be able to tag a little bit, but still not going to be enough because John is still very healthy. Following up with a double kill, but Arbiter was able to follow it up and trade things off, but same goes for Famous. We're looking at a 1v2. Spy has not even been planted as well, and the Spy is currently on the side and out the hands of AHQ Sniper. Wow, it's going to be happening here.
Chud and Famous with the crossfire, really going to stitch them up, but Ayo's going to pick off Freya, and now with that, it's going to be a 1v1 scenario, but Famous, he can afford to wait and see if the spike is going to be planted, but this is going to be a very difficult situation, but it's still going to be Famous that comes out on top there with the headshot, and looks like Morph is going to make it 3 in a row. And it did look as though that HQ was coming up with the next level play. They knew that Vidal would have only 1 more ult point that is required to get the Hunter's Fury, which most inevitably Morph would use that to their advantage. But they were going to flush him out there with, of course, the aftershock, and there was just not a whole lot that they could do, as there were like 3 players all stacked up on that side to try and impede them.
Yes, but anyway, in this case, now ASQ, they have to try, although some of the members did have enough to go for the buy here, but we're still going to be going for this slight pause. But while we're waiting about this, we can talk a little bit about how has been the past few engagement coming from the side here from both ASQ and Morph Esports. Remember, we're looking at the entire lineup of ASQ as well, although they have a great initiative with the breach, allowing them to set things up for the side, but because of the existence of Cypher and the rest of the team, they have to take this as nice and slow as possible and get that information. But is this exactly what HQ was trying to go for with this lineup composition here in Haven?
But at the end of the day, I think you know, HQ, they seem to be getting onto the site with a little difficulty, but the retakes coming out here from Morph has been great. Now, of course, in the most recent round, we did actually see it become a little bit more preemptive to even prevent the plant from going down. Was going to be proving crucial. So yeah, they were ready once all of the cyber cages, the dark covers came out from AH2, and they were ready to move through it. They were not even waiting for the rest of the team to start moving in onto the site. So they were able to burst through. They couldn't even focus on that plant.
That's why that's why I was really thinking of the fact that like maybe more Esports bring in the arena sort of works for them when it comes down for the retake, because all they have to do is part is just pressure their opponent side once they get their plant down and just constantly get that point back. But what I'm concerned is once we switch back to the offensive side, will it work with them or not? Because with a breach defending, let's be honest, trying to push against a breach, especially when he's holding down the side with the fall line, even with the rolling down and flashpoint, is gonna be ridiculously difficult and annoying to deal with.
Yeah, so right now, this is going to be the crucial moment here for AHQ. They have to really try and map out how they want to come back from this. They don't have the... I mean, it's not insurmountable by any imagination. Morph, at the... I think the thing that HQ can take from this the most is that Morph, while they did win that out, it was a very narrow and a costly win. But again, the economy might just be too good for them. They managed to win 3 rounds in a row, and let's not forget, is those first 2 wins that they got, they were flawless rounds. So the bank here is built up to a certain extent. HQ, they are working, of course, with the max round money bonus, so they are getting 2,900 at the moment. So we could expect to see a little bit more in the way of a light buy.
Light buys or not, and the thing is, I just really hope that Team Morph Esports doesn't really let this get all those, especially those 2 flawless victories in the row, to their head and be overconfident about it. Because let's be honest, whenever we see Arena picked up as well, there are times where we see players just get a little bit overconfident. They're like, all right, I got the frag, I'm the main frag, I'm gonna start picking up players one by one. But for now, we see Morph being very mellow about it, being very humble. But maybe as the rounds slowly continue on, maybe we might see some slip up that AHQ might just use to exploit once they figure things out.
Yep, so we are back. So sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Fidel here trying to land the shots here with the Hunter's Fury right at the start of the round. This is a little bit reminiscent of what Sinatra would be doing here. Not landing the shots here, but the Blade Storm going to be completely missing here for Milk. Fat Penguin is going to punish as he pokes through. He gets the second there onto Io, and not really working out here for AHQ. And I think, of course, Milk with the Blade Storm, definitely one of the shining hopes on an eco round like this. But now, look at them pushing here onto the Seaside Arbiter. He is going to be able to get one, but Freya hiding in the backside. He's going to be able to take them, but look at the subsequent frags here. Chud going to be getting the final 2.
Oh, dude, let's just like slow things down a bit. Let's just start from the very beginning of what happened for the last round. That the Blade Storm coming out from Mill, who was actually trying to catch his Fat Penguin. I tell you this first, Fat Penguin was just pretty much like, even though his name is Fat Penguin, I don't think he was fat at all, because he was able to just sidestep all of that missed Blade Storm here and was still not only able to shut down the Jet or Mill here, he was able to follow up on Arbiter here, picking up a beautiful double kill, and that literally put HQ, I think, and the rest of the remaining 3 members to become very panicked as they started pushing towards this B.
Yeah, Arbiter was making some significant inroads there, but was going to get shut down, just like the rest of AHQ. So, this is, again, not going to be the fullest of buys here. Milk going to be opting for the Sheriff. There's not going to be a whole lot of presence on the A side. I think that Morph knows they don't want to get overloaded here, but Famous, though, he's going to be picking off Io, who's going for that aggressive peek on a garage, double doors. And with that, we are still seeing a little bit of poking and prodding for AHQ. They seem to be losing a few ideas as to how they want to approach this, but of course they are just poking and prodding, gathering a bit more information to try and plot things out.
So anyway, Aldra is going to be able to spot out quite an amount of pepper. Fiddle getting ready to drop out the recon ball, finds one, but Milt was able to be picked off. Cut here, shutting him down for good, making it down, tying things down to a 4v4. Now Milt currently under hell here, or under heaven in this case here. He's waiting for a possible retake from the side here of Morph Esports. Hunter Fish is going to be coming there and won't be able to slide down Favorite down for good. But Fiddle was able to trade things there on Milt, followed by the double kill on Arbiter as well. We're going to be looking at 2v3. They need to be really quick as possible. But Sally, Freya, the North Garlands coming in hot here, literally executing the last 2 members here, and now they're gonna go for a casual defuse on this fight.
Oh, good retake coming out here from Morph once again, but we'll see how things are going to be shaping up after AHQ is going to be able to buy a bit more, but they have extended the lead here by the 3 points. But yeah, 4 rounds in a row unanswered, and 5 rounds unanswered here by AHQ. this is something that they really need to turn around as soon as possible. But of course, they will be looking forward to the defensive half. They are taking a very balanced lineup, so they could be looking at everything to be a bit fortunate. And in any case, we'll see that the operator here going to be brought out by Chud, so might be a bit of a dampener here. He's going to go for the sewer peak.
And but anyway, he gets spotted out as well. He's going to be dropping out that cloudburst and instantly fall back. So go for another angle, another corner that allows him to go for that snipe composition with that operator. Oh, he's gonna be finding one. As well gets for the tag. Marcelli was not able to gets tagged instead, and instantly has to tailwind away. He barely gets out alive with 11 HP. So I believe Mill knows that he tagged him, but he feels very bad about it too, because he's like, wow, how could he really miss such a clean shot for himself, especially since a window of opportunity was pretty much open for Mill just now.
Yeah, so now we are going to be getting the AHQ players here moving into A. They are trying to get the plant down. Arbiter already taking up position here on Hell. And the spray here by Milk is going to be good, as he's going to be able to take down another one here. Chud here not going to be able to answer to that one. And I'm not sure if Milk here, is he going to be drafting up to Heaven to try and take at least the operator. There's going to be a little bit of a reward there if he can, but they are going to be keeping their eyes on the prize. Two players here going to be hanging out by B mid, and again, just going to be looking here for any opportunity to try and get some exit kills.
Anyway, now the time is slowly coming up. By the way, beautiful copper is going to be used as well just to mask their sights on top of this Heaven, because he knows someone's currently up there. He's going to be dropped down even a second copper just to buy a little more time. But anyway, the rest of the will be falling back because the spike's going to be coming down. But Fat Penguin was able to pick up a couple of exit grabs for himself, trying to connect the tower. He gets the second one, almost gets the third, but because of the paranoia, he's going to be gunned down for good by Io here.
Oh, and now look at this. HQ is at least going to get one back on the board after the successful spike being going off, and now this is going to give them a chance to solidify the bank. There's still going to be the opportunity here for Morph to buy this round. Even if things go wrong, they can still buy again, but they are going for the double operator here. Fidel Wow is going to be peeking out on this long side, as Chud is going to be hanging out on C-Long.
But anyway, at the same time, if you notice as well, although a double up is going to be picked up from the other side for the team, their AHQ's Cypher has his neural theft. So the fact that if the one of the member were to be dropped, he can actually use it and try to figure out where's the remaining position, and then they can try to figure out how they are going to go contesting against both of these double up openings. Anyway, Fiddle Wow still holding on this angle from the side itself. Anyway, going to be dropping out even the flash point. But anyway, here comes the tailwind with the beautiful flash coming from the CB. Mill was able to shut him down for good, but Fat Penguin managed to trade things off currently because of the paranoia, even dropping down the dark cover to allow him to trade things off against Arbiter. But coming in with the Blade Storm will be to pick up one member, and we're currently looking at a 2v3.
Oh, Fat Penguin didn't need much vision here to get the first frag, and now we'll see that the retake coming in here, but Famous not able to land the shots. It's a 2v2 scenario here to try and close things out. Chud here trying to look for an opening, but of course, Spike only just getting planted. Not going to allow them much time, or rather, there's a lot of time, but Io doesn't even care. He's going to roll for the wall fight. The shot's not landing. He's going to be able to get out Io, but Cat here is going to be able to close it out, but Freya had the chance to eliminate Cat, but couldn't hit the shots. Could hit it onto Io, but now that does mean that AHQ is going to start rolling momentum. This is the last full buy that Morph can go for, and this is going to be crucial if they want to try and close out this defensive half strong.
And the worst part about it as well, in the last round, we saw Freya, he took his eye off for a second, and because he did that, his his operator muzzle was actually spotted out outside of Heaven's window, allowing the rest of Io to know exactly where it was and to go for that wall bite. By the way, here comes the engagement from the rest of the team here. AHQ dropping down the fault line and even down the cloud burst. He knows someone is at that corner, but he had no idea whether he was able to escape. Here comes the line of out. Here comes the recon as well. He should be able to know and figure things out. Spots, oh, that was beautiful. Spots already. Kat was still able to pick out one, but then again, it'll be traded out by Ken. But Kat has did so much damage as it is, as he was able to pick out two crucial members, which was needed for AHQ to actually push onto the side.
Yeah, that pressure was going to be devastating against HQ. Now they have to find other inroads. Famous, though, is going to punish Io for peeking out of the B window, and now this might prompt AHQ to try and save their guns. I'm not sure if they want to try and continue to push. this could still be on the cards depending on how they look at it. But Kent, he's going to be at least getting a little bit more information here on the B side, clearing out the tripwire with the Owl drone. But now there's going to be a little bit more rotation coming out here from Morph with that little bit of utility being expended. They're going to be trying to clear a bit more of that mid side.
And it looks like our team AHQ. It looks like they want to try to go for this B plan, but it's gonna be careful as well because the timing is not really working out in his favor. Actually, he just came up just in time. He needs to get through that double door, but he gets spotted out instead. Probably not get tagged either. Unfeedable did find him out. Cypher gonna be coming out with this unloaded location. Gonna be revealed. Watching out for the corner, but he missed out the first shot that was so crucial here. But Freya will be able to secure this defender's round for the side here of Morph Esports.
It's good movement coming out from Morph to be able to catch the rotation coming through the garage side. I think it's not going to be left unnoticed. But now, of course, Chud here did get things going as he was taking these aggressive angles. Going to be able to take down 2 players, including his opposite number. Rainey had the right idea, of course, to flush him out. But Chud, instead of going for the tailwind back in towards the A side, definitely went for that second kill. Now, Morph does find themselves in a good position yet again. There's only going to be 2 rounds left in this half for HQ to try and make it a little bit of a better story of this.
Yeah, anyway, speaking of better story, they have to start creating their own story for themselves here because Morph is constantly on a roll here and still constantly dominating as well as Fat Penguin was able to pick up a bit of kill on Arbiter, slowly denying another push for themselves. They still have the jet and the breach on the side of HQ to allow them to set things up and engage to any point of the side here, but all they got is literally point A. They cannot go towards this point B because it's a little bit too dangerous and a little bit too solid coming from the side. Ooh, he gets spotted out towards the side here. They're going to be able to try to force him out, but the paranoia to try to buy him a little more time, but not enough at all because Rainy was still able to pick up Fiddle Wall at the side here of A short.
Oh, good picks coming out here. Milk going in here with the blade, missing the right click, and Fat Penguin is going to punish. He gets here. Yes. Cat going down. Io finally finishes him off, but at what cost here? Rainy goes down as well. But now Io, he's going to stem the tide. They are trying to come through the connector side. He is all by himself. He will be trying to get that extra money here for his team, but he does have the option for this clutch opportunity. They're coming into on side here. They're not giving him a lot of time. He gets one here. He might be able to get a second. Not able to click on the head of Famous. And they are going to be able to get the defuse. Morph going to be putting 7 on the board.
Now, see, this is the part where Reina comes into play for the side of Morph Esports, right? Because they are so confident with those retakes, right? And every time their teammate was able to pick up one, or at least Reina in this case, or Famous was able to pick up any members of AHQ, he's going to be able to dismiss and go in while he was in town. Will get that information, pop back out, and go for that heal. I believe that's pretty much what he was actually trying to go for when it comes for this retake. So Morph Esports totally dominating right now with a total score of 7-4 here. But remember, this is literally the last round here, and all the buys have to be bought. Even the Guardian is even going to be coming up for the side of AHQ.
Hey, you gotta spend that money any way you can. But now Morph does have to thank Fat Penguin quite substantially here, but Chud, he was one of those who also shining bright for his team, but he's gonna take it down. Now Hunter's Fury coming out, trying to get intel here. Milk is gonna be able to stop Fat Penguin from influencing this final round of the half. Now Famous here is gonna at least be able to trade one back as he's stemming through the connector side, but now we will see this retake has to happen with only the 3 members remaining, and they still got 4 to worry about.
Ooh, Lear's gonna be coming in as well as they push towards the side, but Mil is there with the punish. Not only 2, but 3 members of Morph Esports. Last man said he's gonna get the quad with the updraft towards heaven. Now that's what I call divine judgment coming out from Mil.
Are you kidding me? He's able to land the shots there, and yeah, updraft just to say peekaboo. I see you, and now looks like HQ gonna at least close out the half decently here. It's only going to be 7-5, definitely not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination, especially since defensive side has tended to work out a bit better when you do have these kind of lineups where, yeah, I think HQ could have brought a more aggressive one, but with this balanced lineup, I think it's going to be working well in their favor. We did see earlier on as well great combinations using the breach and the jet, so we could see that again as they want to try and throw off Morph. This is going to be our second pistol round, and oh, we're already seeing that HQ lining up here on the B and garage side.
Now taking things nice and slow as well. Fault is going to be committed, and here comes the owl drone to give a little bit of information. They were only able to spot one towards the garage, but they're not sure whether there's actually two of them instead of one. He's still hanging behind the double doors trying to buy enough time. Paranoid is going to be committed to just to give out any position, but anyway, Radio was going to be picked up, but Arbor was able to trade things back on shot. Here comes Milk with the last MVP from previous round, taking a beautiful kill on Fiddle. We're looking at a 3v4 here. HQ trying their best to hold down the line, but the point is this: I love the position coming from the Omen for the side here of HQ here.
Oh, and look at the shots there. Not going to be able to take down Fat Penguin when he's got a bit of armor there. Going to be pairing it up with the Frenzy, and now that's going to clear out this seaside. There's still going to be the chance, of course, here for HQ. They do have the 3 players. We can already see the rotation coming out to long, but the tripwire has given away his position. Now Arbiter is going to be pushing here from the garage side. You might be able to get some angles there, but look at the coordination coming in here. They do have IO moving in as well from the spawn side of things here, but Arbiter not going to be able to get through garage here. Milk will be able to take down his man on the C-Long, but it's IO down here. It's a 2v1. Look at the situation. It's so difficult for him. He just managed to nail 1. Can he make it 4 on the round? Use the tailwind to get away here. Famous still trying to lock him down, but Milk with no HP. He only is 1 shot away. Famous going to be able to dink him in the head, and Milk is going to be extinguished here from our second pistol round.
Dude, they were going left and right. Milk almost got his second quad kill in a row. But anyway, Famous really playing around with that corner here. Same goes with Milk in this case. But in the end, Famous came out on top here with the ding to the head, making that her triple kill, her 3rd kill in that entire round. By the way, coming for the buys as well, Morph is going to be going for this anti-eco as well. Going to be coming up with 3 Spectres and even committing one Phantom and even a Vandal as well.
Oh yeah, so they are really busting out all the big guns here on the anti-eco. So see how they want to try and maneuver around with this. They are, of course, going to be on attack, so they have to be careful about all these short avenues, and that's why you have 3 players here from HQ all stacked on the A-Long. They know what they are going to try and do, but of course, they are going to start flushing out here from the Cubby side. Oh, there's not much that he could do. He's already taken so much damage. Can is going to go down, but Rainy at least gets the trade here on the Chud.
Oh, dude, and I also love the fact that Ken was so afraid. He was like, oh, someone's gonna pick me. He turns away at the very last minute instead of trying to pick back and gets punished for it. By the way, Famous was able to get the drop on Rainy here. Not to really say tying things down, but making things more advantageous coming from the side of Morph Esports, who has 1-man advantage. And Arbiter here is not looking that healthy at all. Now the rest of the team slowly and just pressuring for the side. But Io, he is the lurker, and he's so close. They don't know. He's right behind them. He's just waiting for his team to give him a little bit more information before he slowly creaks up behind them and instantly punish them for it. By the way, currently we can see HQ trying to buy enough time. Ooh, Milk with the shorty, but then again, Famous with the Venom was able to punish Arbiter for good. Same goes for Penguin. Io sadly a little bit too far and a little bit too late. Would not be able to assist the game, but he's gonna be trying to do his best. But Fiddle, wow, it's just like, hey man, just go back home.
Yeah, Milk with the smoke there. Unfortunately, not going to be fast enough. Otherwise, the Super Shorty would make a bit of short work of the more players. Fat Penguin, especially, who was there. But luckily for him, he was on the point. But this is going to be HQ starting to bounce back if they can. It's going to be this full buy, and I don't really think that they want to fall to this, especially since we still have 2 Spectres on the board for more, so they are going to be very economical so far in this game. It's 9-5, and let's not forget, this is AHQ's map pick, but Morphs did have the opportunity in the previous game to watch how the Taiwanese are going to be playing this, but now we are engaging here on round number 15, and this is actually going to be a bit of weightage here for both A and C by the defenders.
Well, look how close they are between both Arbiter and even Io here in this, or Freya in this case here, as he slowly pushes forward. He knows he's still holding out this corner. He's going to be using his spike to not only spot him out, he wants to try to get this back, shut him down, but just barely at the hit. We'll ding him with the Spectre here. Freya is going to be sending Arbiter back. to the Valhalla in this case. But anyway, 5v4 members of Morph Esports still taking it nice and easy here because they know there's the existence of the breach. There's still a lot of counter pushing on the side here of AHQ with the flashpoint and the smokes here. They're trying to pick up a couple of more members before they feel more confident before they push onto one of these sides.
And now they are still poking and prodding, coming into Garage here, but Io is going to shut down Famous, and that's going to be a little bit annoying here for Morph. They have to try and see if they want to try and push through this, and with the utility that they still have available, could be on the cards, but they are starting to wait a little bit more here to the C long, but there is going to be Io pushing down aggressively here, not able to land the shot. Penguin will punish him. What kind of timing was that? Definitely going to be against the AHQ player.
Dark Cloud is going to be used as well to try to cover the very entrance of Garage. But Bill, he spots one going to play down, but Izzy gets picked up by Cloud. Here comes a couple of trades. We're looking at currently at a 1v2 Fiddle Wow alongside with Fat Penguin, and Fat Penguin will secure the round as he picks up Rainy, and Morph Esports will be hitting that double digit first. Jay.
Oh, I'm not sure if there was the fault line by Rainy there at the last second, and he actually stopped the plant. I couldn't quite catch it, but I do think that it would be very close there. I'm not sure is there enough time to plant the spike, but it matters not because Rainy still did peek out, and he did manage to get, or he did get taken out. So that's going to be 3 rounds on the trot here to start the attacking half for Morphs. They are looking pretty good for it. They already have this 5-point lead, and we're running out of rounds for AHQ to turn this into something positive, as they're going to have to be on the eco side of things now. If they lose this round, they are only going to have 2 rounds to try and make do with this, and that's not a lot of buffer to work with.
Definitely not a lot of buffer or even rounds to work for on the side here of AHQ, but then again, we still need to give that the benefit of the doubt as well, because sometimes this is, remember, this is their map pick as well, although sure, maybe they don't like to play on the defensive side, but they still have to make things work if they want to get as much points for themselves before they become the top 2 teams supposed to play out. Ooh, but even the Paradox, even with the Paradox, it's still not enough, as Io was able to get the drop on Fat Penguin. Freya was able to trade this back with Io, making this down to a 4v4. You see the rest of the team taking this nice and easy, playing with the time, although best part about it, Morph realized that AHQ doesn't really have that Cypher anymore, so it's gonna be a really hard push for them, and they have to make a gamble with that Jet Tailwind Cloud Burst initiation combo.
Yeah, it has been working out pretty well for them. Let's see if it's going to continue to be a factor. Of course, against Eco round here, only Sheriff's going to be in the hands of AHQ. Going to be working out pretty well, all things considered. But Milk has other ideas. He pops the Blade Storm. Gonna be able to catch one. Now, of course, we are seeing them pushing in here. Famous already popping out the Empress. Gonna be getting that little bit of intel. But now, Milk trying to land the shot here. Not happening. Missing the right click. But it doesn't matter. He takes out Famous here. But now, they are all screaming on the side. It's a 2v2 situation, though. Kanda, he has the Bucky. Not gonna get close enough and land enough with the pellets. And that's Fidel. Wow. To take down his opposite number. Morph, though, taking considerable damage as well, but they are still able to full buy. If they can take down AHQ, this is almost certain to be a win in their favor here in map number 1.
Oh man, this is all or nothing in this point, Jay. Seriously, they're going to be gambling with their lives instead of going for this eco for themselves. But then again, also they also realize if they go for this eco here, that's pretty much like giving, not to say a guaranteed, but of course it's a higher chance of giving a free round towards Morph Esports, who is only 2 points away from securing the first game of this BO2.
Yeah, and now this is gonna be a little bit precarious, but now Milk still gonna be peeking out. We'll finally have Operator's hands. He's gonna get the full pick here. Freya getting shut down as he's trying to explore it through Bard, but not happening. I think they can kind of guess here. That was the Cypher. He's gonna be on the lurk. This is gonna be an A push. You can already see 3 players stacking up here for the defenders, and they're already starting to take a little bit of better angles to be a bit more unpredictable for Morph, but they are still going to be hedging their bets, of course, as they do still have 2 players over on BNC.
Still holding on the line, so a lot of smokes, a lot of commitments going to be committed as well. But anyway, Shot and Favor doing a lot of work towards the dependency of AHQ. Now going to be down to a 4v3. Mill instantly has to fall back because he knows he has to operate there and it doesn't really do well well in close quarter combat. Had to fall back to go for this reason. But Rainy, he only needs one more kill before he gets that Rolling Thunder. If he manages to get this out as well, he's going to be able to assist his team in many ways possible. But Mill was able to tie things on, Chud able to pick one, and Mill's going to follow up with a double kill with the wallbang on Faven. Rainy gets from the heavens above here on Fat Haven, although he gets faded off. But now it's going to be coming down to a 1v2. But remember, Fidewal all alone. Spike's been planted. He needs to be careful. He finds a go for the spray now, and turns things around for AHQ, and AHQ will live the fight for another round, Jay.
3v4 retake working out in the favor of AHQ, and they gotta thank their lucky stars and Milk here for making it happen. Milk with the 3k on the round, gonna be absolutely chuffed with that performance, and this is exactly the kind of momentum that is needed. But the Indonesian team of Morph, of course, will have the chance to still buy in this round, and they could still make it a very difficult proposition because HQ, they have to get 7 rounds in a row here to really come out with it. It's still a difficult task despite the fact that they have this balanced lineup that might work well here on defense.
But remember, Rainy doesn't really have enough to get that Phantom or even the Vandal. He has to stick with whatever guns he could afford, and that's going to be the Bulldog. But then again, if he's able to drop one member for the side of Morph Esports, then maybe potentially he's going to be able to get that beautiful weapon switch to get that better of firearms. But still comes to the mix here, still taking things nice and easy, because remember, both teams having Cypher here, they need to get as much information as possible. They don't have any aggressive lineup like the Phoenix or any major amount of flashes, although yes, the Breach will be great for the initiation, but Rainy is currently on the defensive side. So right now he's just going to go look around. He's giving a lot of information towards his team. Now they're trying to figure out where in the world are they. They're not alone. They're not at A. But that just shows that Morph Esports, they're still dangling and dancing around their spawn. But finally we can see on the minimap, they're getting ready to rotate towards the C long.
Oh yeah, and oh no, look at the moment there that we saw the likes of Milk moving up onto the platform. He just misses that. He gets here to shut down Chud and Fat Penguin. They're going to start rotating over for the defense, and players straight away down there for Morph. Now this is going to be prompting quite the rotation coming out, but we are still going to be seeing the Hunter's Fury coming out here for Cat. He's going to nail down Freya. There's only one player left as Famous down, and Io is going to be able to get the double to finish things. And wow, this is gonna be perhaps a great round here for HQ to bounce back. Morphs, they're gonna have to opt for maybe a little bit of a light buy here. They are actually going to be buying Spectres.
Oh man, and the thing is this as well, because not all of them is going to be committed towards this buy here. They're going to get some of them will go for full armor, some for light, but only one of their members, make that 2 will be committed, make that 3 in this case. IDS, they finally just committed towards this, guys. It's fine. Fully commit this buy, not fully go for the full buy. Whoever can buy something, get that chance. So we're going to be seeing 3 Spectres against fully equipped 4 rifles and 1 operator. But this Milk was able to start things off, and he was able to snipe away Famous, and Ready gonna bring the raid to his fiddle wall. And now 2 members of Morph Esports are currently out of commission.
Oh, the aggressive peek here working again very well here from Milk out of the garage double doors, but now this is again a difficult proposition for Morph. They are 2 players down, and they essentially did a force buy here to try and counteract what is going on against the likes of AHQ, but it's not working out. Oh, Chud here is going to finally win in the Battle of Potatoes here, but oh, look at the trade coming out. Arbiter is going to be able to finally get it on here, but he's moving here along the A-link side. He is going to be able to spot out Chud, and I think that was a bit of a gamble that didn't pay off here from Morph. They invested heavily into the 3 Spectres and a Sheriff, if not mistaken, and now they are going to have this option with this now $2,900 coming into the bank to just nicely buy.
The thing is this as well, like, they were so confident with that gamble, although yes, sure, they was hoping with that gamble they can win the round, but at the same time, they already has the precaution, already all the fail-safe plan has already been going to work as well. That contingency plan worked because they fully understand if they lose this one, it's going to be the 3rd round. So they're going to still get the 2,900 credits, and they still will have enough to go for this full buy with this rifle. But then again, Morph Esports, they really do not want to lose this round, because they know if they do, then they're going to be potentially giving 2 more rounds to the side here of AHQ, and that's going to put AHQ in a double-digit corner, very close tie to Morph Esports score.
Yeah, two ults in favor of HQ can't directly impact things as of course we do see the heavy mid presence. They are pushing towards B. Oh, Milt missing the shot. He needs to hit those. Now he's going to be able to take down Fat Penguin in the end. He actually runs right past his teammate there, but now they are going to be streaming here onto the B side. Io though again, they're coming in from the sides and they're starting to take them out. The flank here is going to be exposed as well for Morph.
Okay, still looking for one. The last man setting off Fiddle while surrounded from all sides. Managed to get one trade up, but then again will be picked off instead by Arbiter. So in the last round, HQ is going to be losing 2 members. But Morph, now with that full bicycle loss, they have to go for this eco. And you know what that means. HQ will potentially get another round for themselves here. And now Morph Esports has to work even more harder to secure the last 2 points for themselves.
Yeah, but they are going to still be opting to buy here, it would seem, as really they want to get back to winning ways, but we'll have to see if this is going to be paying off. There's only going to be 1 Vandal on the board, and Sheriffs and SMGs across the board, and now they're going to actually take a more aggressive stance on A. We don't even see the lurk coming out over on the C side, as we typically saw before through Freya, but now this stack up on A lobby, they are just trying to gather as much intel as possible, but doesn't look good for them in this round.
The thing is, just like the thing about gamble is that you actually will lose really hard. Although the rewards, high risk will come with high rewards, but you're gonna be punished time and time again. And the thing is you're not really committed like a full proper force popper buy either. It's all pretty much very broken, and only some of them only has like a Spectre and a Vandal. Anyway, coming down to the side here as well, gonna be a couple of smokes and teleportation. Now we're looking at a constant force push here. Dark Coming gonna be used towards heaven. So towards the side. Here comes the counter utilities as well. Paranoid is gonna be committed, but thankfully with all this smoke, Cut will be able to stay alive, but sadly for now, Always Hamilton was able to go for the motor with the double kill. There's the trade-off as well. Cannon trying to pull up for the team. Well, how you get picked up by the Sheriff has been a while, and Famous is keeping this team alive and strong. We're currently looking at a 2v2 as well. Smart to be playing. Oh, here comes the shot, and Famous will be able to drop down Phil. After the shot, going to be trying to force it back, and Famous is pulling the win for the team here with the quad kill, and now Morph Esports is 12-9, Jay.
Oh, Famous just mowing everyone down here with Emperor. Said he's going to be really carrying Morph here to the map point. It's 12-9. The Indonesians can still take this here with a few rounds to spare. And let's not forget, with the stack group, they need to try and get the best round differential as possible, because they don't know what's going to happen later on the second map. And looking at this, it was a nice take coming out from them. We did see that Chud was throwing a bit of fakes there. Tail went into the side there to make them think otherwise in terms of the presence on A. Now, looks like C here is going to be bombarded by the Hunter's Fury, but Fidel is only going to land a shot on the third and final arrow.
Either way, the thing is when it lands on, the whole goal was just to try to force him out of that corner as well, to see if his teammates were able to pick him up. But then again, Milt sidestepping and positioning was really well played. So the rest of the team, even with the Hunter Spirit, was still not enough to allow his teammate to get the kill on Milt. Dark Cover's going to be committed as well. Looks like we see Morph East was slowly pushing down to the side. Look at the amount of smoke already committed, even with the tailwind as well, forcing Milt to instantly back up because he's holding the operator. It's not going to be really great on with that close quarter combat against the rival. But here anyway, Freya's able to start things out as he was able to shut down Rainy. That's pretty big. No more breach of force there, but I trying to tie things out with a 1v1 on his own personal mirror image here, tying things out to a 4v4.
Oh, and now looks like the retake is full force by Fidel. Gets his second there just by watching the flank here. Famous and Chud, they're going to stitch up the rest here through the crossfire cannon with only 10 HP in a dream. Gets 2 of the players. Now, he has got a lot to do and not a lot of HP to do it in. And he's going to really get spotted out. Oh, no. This doesn't look too good here for the HQ player. He's going to try and stick it, but it's not going to happen. Does look like Morphs here. We'll take our first map here of the final series of their group stages. So, looking at this, HQ falls on their map pick here, Haven.
Oh, dude, and just really unfortunate as well. By the time they finally came online, it's just a little too late. Morph Esports has done significant amount of damage and got many scores, managed to rack up many scores for himself. And the thing is this, Mill, it's not to say that the rest of the team was underperforming or anything. Look at the score as well. is currently on top of the leaderboard here with 7 first blood, which is like literally nothing to be surprised of as well. This is pretty much how Jet is going to be playing. Like, you sort of try to force out those first blood. Once you get that pickup, you instantly going to be trying to tailwind away. And 7 first blood is significantly huge, by the way, Jay.
Oh, it definitely is. Milk trying to do the best that he can, but just not able to carry the team to victory here in the first map, and a bit unfortunate. But I have to give credit to Morphs. They did put up a really good fight. I think the kind of aggression that we saw coming out from them really allowed them to maneuver forward here in this game, and as a result, they are looking pretty here to take the series. As let's not forget, Morph, of course, they need to try and get the best results here to move through. They did already take one map in each of their previous series, but because of how things are very precarious or very close in the standings, there's the high potential that things could be out of their hands if they do not win both of the maps now. When it comes to our final match of the day, which we have Enter, of course, which is going to be playing against Brett.
Yeah, and the thing about this as well, like all and everything as well, Morph still has one or more, and even our dear friends for this team of AHQ still has one more game in this 5th series here to see whether they're going to be able to take the win for themselves here. But most importantly, I think AHQ is just not comfortable with the amount of aggressive plays, because remember, Morph Esports, they're not playing just aggressive here. They're actually throwing out a lot of smoke, and that's actually making AHQ very uncomfortable with this, because they're so used to one smoke and a couple of flashes. But in this case, there's just so many smoke, cloudbursts, dark cover, and even with the existence of tailwind, he couldn't see anyone in there. And since they're not very comfortable with close quarter combat, they constantly fall back. And when that happens, that just allows Morph Esports to constantly get a full control on one side when they're attacking. And after that, it's just really hard for AHQ to really go for those retakes. But either way, Morph Esports, that is the pride. Everyone back at the Twitch and everyone back at home very happy of this performance coming in from Morph Esports here.
I think what was quite telling in the second half, when we did see a lot of the attacks coming out here from Morph, was going to be able to create a lot of space getting on the site. When HQ was able to find the tells there on how the attacks were going to be piling towards A in particular, Chud was able to create so much space, and with the 3-player stack there and trying to be proactive in defending it, they got taken down straight away, you know, and that really made the retakes very difficult here for HQ. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it here for our first map of the series. We still have one more, and we're looking at how these teams are going to duke it out on Ascent. So we're going to be tossing it back to our awesome analyst panel, and we will see you guys in just a little bit. I'm Play the J, he's YOLO Lee, and we'll see you.